Let it bang, bang.
Hello guys, in this section we will look at some more statements. We will look at some statements which break the flow of iterative statements like for, while and do while. So these statements are break, continue and pass, these three statements. So in the break statement, what happens it when we execute it, if any program encounters break statement, it will break the loop and come at the end. And if it encounters a continue keyword, then what will happen, it will skip all the lines below the continue statements and come to the beginning. And the pass statement is useful when you want to insert some code in the future, but right now you don't want to write it. So let's go and implement it quickly in a programmatical way. So let's open the Python shell here, and let's open a new shell and save it as, let's save it as iterator breaks. Now in this, what we will do, we will first implement the break. Let's implement break using the for loop. We will write for I in range 0 to 10. Now we will write if any condition that will invoke the break statement. If I is less than 5, then we can say that let's break it. And if we break it, then the loop will stop. Now here we can write print I. When we print it, it will print the 0 to 4, but after that it will encounter a break statement and the loop will break. Let's run it. And now okay, so what happened is if I is greater than 5, right? So when we run it, and now we can see that we have received 0 to 5 but not greater than values which are greater than 5. Now moving on to the next statement. Next is our continue. Similarly, we can implement continue also. How we can do it, instead of break we can give some statements like continue, and here we can put if I is equal to 5, then we can do it like this. If we will print 5, but if I is equal to 5, then what we will do, we will continue. So after this statement, all these statements will be skipped, so 5 will not print in this case. Let's run it, and now we can see that we have skipped the 5 but all the other statements are printed. Moving on with the our last control changer is pass. It is very helpful when we don't want to write now, but we will write something in the future. Like let's say here we can do it inside this. Else what we can do, we can do if I is equal to 5, then just write pass. You don't want to write anything, but else you can write, you know the logic, so you can write it, and if you run it, then 5 will be skipped and everything else will be printed. So see, but let's say you know the code right now, you have got you want to write it, so you can write here, and now you can print it and it will execute. So pass is like a null statement, but it's not null. The compiler execute it, but it does not have any sense. So if you skip and do not write anything else, then it will give an error, a syntax error. So how you can correct it, you can give here pass, so this will work. Similarly, you can also use pass keyword when defining a function. Let's say just defining a function, then you can also write a pass keyword, and if you do not write like this, then it will give error. Let's save it, and now we don't receive any error, but if we miss this, then we will receive an error, right?
Let it bang, bang.